about your weekly fret?
Okay, now that's the really weird thing. And that's why I bring this up, because it's like everything's thrown in here, you know, in this one guitar. I made it for me to try out this. This is called the True Temperament Fretting System out of Sweden. And it was actually Johannes Muller that originally introduced me to the idea. Because Johannes is Swedish, and I guess he knows the guy that developed this. But he had a fingerboard and a set of frets like this that the vendor, the manufacturer, the inventor, had given him and said, you know, what do you think about this? Well, you can't think about it when it's just a fingerboard and frets. So Johannes gave it to me several years ago and said, you might as well try this. You know, if anybody's going to try it, you're going to try it. And it took a couple of years for me to get around to it, but I did. And there was something kind of magic about it. The idea of it is to get the guitar more in tune, more naturally in tune to equal temperament. Because although, you know, the position of the frets, the logarithm for that is good math, but it doesn't take into account the way the strings, the material of the strings behaves. And so that's what this guy was trying to do. According to reading his stuff, I've never met him, and he's not lifting the veil completely. He doesn't really say how he got to this, to what he got. It's just why he did it. And so I made one, and it sold like in less than 48 hours. So I never really got to know it. Then I made, and it took me a couple of years to actually contact the guy to say, this was a good idea. It was an interesting thing. Will you send me some more? Well, he wouldn't even answer my emails, and finally I had to get somebody else to intervene. I did get in touch with him, and he sent them, and what it is, it's a fingerboard and a set of frets. The frets are cast. They're not bent that way. The fingerboard is pretty straightforward board for a CNC machine. But it costs $500 just for those parts, which is, I'm sure, you know, paying research fees as well. You know, it's essentially the IP is what costs the most. And then I made another one, and it also had some of this magic. And so I made this one in this full configuration so that I would feel good about using it all the time, every day, using it for my gigs and stuff. And even though it's only a few weeks, maybe it's 2 months old now. And so, but I've been playing it fairly steadily and getting used to it, so I can find out, is it real, or is it just a placebo of some sort? I haven't decided yet completely. But what it doesn't do, it doesn't make it sound like it's tuned different. But there's a kind of fresh air that's in the sound that I can't explain. It doesn't explain itself to me very well. But there's a very sense of cleanliness and airiness in the sound that I guess is coming from different kinds of interrelations between the intervals that are coming out of this fretting system. The manufacturer actually describes it somewhat similarly. You know, it's not that it sounds like it's tuned differently. It just has a different kind of sustain and a different kind of openness. You can never try it on one guitar and then, you know, it's fretted normally, and then try it on the same guitar. You can't do it. You got to build two guitars to listen. So there's always the difference between instruments. No two guitars are alike. So you have to look for a trend in all these instruments that are built with this thing now. And, you know, audio memory is a very slippery thing. You know, what you remember about sound can be exaggerated or diminished in minutes, let alone from one instrument to another and 1 year to another. So it's still just an experiment, but thought I'd share it with you.